Good afternoon from Germany. Here's Pascal again. It is Tuesday and we have existing home sales today as news. So let's see the news first here. Today Madame Lagarde is speaking or was speaking about an hour ago. Then we will have in about 35 minutes existing home sales and Fed Chair Yellen is speaking also in 35 minutes. Tomorrow is the more important date because there we will have FOMC interest rate decision and the press conference. So this will be more important than today and probably the most important meeting this week. We will have GDP data on Thursday and core PCE price index on Friday. So this for the news. Let's see. For the Fed Watch tool, the interest expectations for tomorrow, we see now 85% are expecting a 25 basis points rate hike. Only 15% are expecting no change. See the probabilities for the next meetings. Now we see back a shift to higher interest rates here, up to 5.25% for the next meeting in May, and then some drops until the end of the year, and in December a low point of 4.5%. So now to the market. Some regional and smaller banks could gain some dollars back from the dip of the previous days, especially First Republic Bank, and Nasdaq is trading higher. We've seen yesterday's lows of 12,525. You've seen during my live stream that I was in a short position. I closed at 12,531 points, so right above the pre-market lows, and this was really on point. And then the market was just shifting sideways, turned up and down, up and down. It was not really interesting to trade yesterday unless you were a scalper or intraday trader. So let's see this again. Yesterday, these crazy moves the whole day, up and down, just trading sideways here. And today we had the breakout, a turnaround Tuesday, the break above 12,700 here. So let's see, market is open in 1 minute. If we can go back to the highs from Friday, 12,810 points should be the next target here. So let's see this one on the upside. And if my chart is loading here, why isn't it loading today? Come on. I want to use my Fibonacci retracements again from the low here to the previous high to see the next levels to the upside. So the previous high from Friday, and you see here was a high 12,792 on February 16th. So this should be important. 12,800 is an important level, and then probably we will see a 100% reversal back to 12,950, which was the high point of February 2nd. So let's see how fast we can move back to the highs. We will probably see more buyers stepping in here in the next days and weeks, especially after the Federal Reserve interest rate decision. I think that Jerome Powell will try everything to calm the market and speak a little bit more dovish than hawkish. Therefore, I think that we can see more rally after the Federal Reserve decision tomorrow. So let's see how it comes out, but probably we will retest the 13,000 level in the next days and weeks. But I think that it's getting worse for the economy and for the stock market. So in the next 1.5 or 2 months, we will probably see a worsening of the economy with a big recession, and this will bring down the stock prices as well. But we have to wait for this to come, because at first we will probably see a rally here. Okay, so let's am I still in First Republic? Yes, I am. So First Republic is pushing right now for market open above 16 So let's go back to see this on an hourly time frame. There was a big movement yesterday. We went down to lows of $11.52. Then we had several holds here to the upside again to about $17.40 and then back to the lows. And you see pre-market we went already back to $15.50 and now we are trying to push above 16. Let's see if we can go back to the $20 area. So the finance ministers are trying to rescue the medium banks in the US, and I think that they will come out with a solution pretty soon. The only question is if it will hurt the stock price of FRC or if it will push first, because normally when they try to rescue and they will initiate new stocks, so yeah, the secondary IPO, so then we will have lower stock prices here for FRC, but in a first glance probably we will see a rise of the stock when the news are out. So let's wait. I still believe that it won't go the way of Credit Suisse and will not turn below $1. So I'm speculative long here in FRC with a small position. I entered yesterday in 3 tranches at what was the first entry, 1780, 1460 and 1201 was the lowest entry. So I'm about break even now. Let's see if we can go higher from here. And market is open. It is going higher already. Let's see this on a 1 minute time frame. High point touched 12,813 was the high. So we retested the highs from Friday. Friday high was 12,810. Still bullish here. We are up now 0.88%. So it's a pretty bullish start for Tuesday. I'm also in a short position here on DWAC, Digital World Acquisition Company, because Trump was saying they will imprison him today, and therefore we had a strong push of DWAC yesterday, as you can see here from the lows of about $12 to highs above $15, 25% up move, and I shorted this one here. I want to cover at about 1250, 1230, this area here. Let's see how fast we can get to lower levels, but the previous times we pushed to the upside, as you can see, we had just 1 day push and then 2 days and we pushed lower, and the same thing here in February. 1 day push and then we went lower. I don't think it will be different this time, therefore I will stay here in my short position for about, I think it is 10%, about 10% move to the downside here, to cover my shorts again. In DWAC, what else do we have? Crude oil is interesting today. Finally we are going higher. So yesterday it wasn't looking good for my 50 short put position here, because we tested the lows again and went lower here at $64.36 for the May contract. But finally we closed higher the day, and today we are 2% higher with crude oil. So maybe we'll see a retest here of the $71 area, and then I can be out of my short put position with 70 or 80% profit. Let's see. It is already in the green. Let's check it. 41%. So I opened it on Friday, on the close of Friday, when we closed here at $67. And yeah, it is now green, 41% here for this short put position in crude oil. Let's see natural gas. Natural gas is here. Natural gas is still pulling lower at 2.3%. We are near my strike now, so this position is 50% in the red. It's completely the opposite than crude oil. So if we go below 225, then I will have to adjust my position and will probably strangle it. So enter a new short call and a lower short put. But yeah, I'm still waiting if the market wants to settle here at the previous lows and turn to the upside again, or break through and go lower. Let's see. Gold. Gold was, let's see this on a daily time frame. So gold was higher yesterday and made highs above $2,000. $2,014.90 was the high point yesterday for April future. And today we are turning lower because the stock market is rising again and there is less fear of inflation. So yeah, as you have seen, the expectations for the interest rates are higher again, and this is bad for gold. Therefore gold is pulling back today. Euro US dollar is rising. Finally we see the breakout here, so no fear anymore, no pullbacks for the US dollar, or no strengthening for the US dollar, and therefore euro is getting stronger here, back to 1078. And the same for wicks, to the downside 22.50 right now and turning lower 6.8% today. So this is how fast the implied volatility can change in the option market. We had the whole last week complete fear. Nobody knew what was the case. High point here of 30.8 and low point of 22.27. And today we are at the lows of last week again. So that's how fast it can change here. Let's see German DAX, and you see this giant push from yesterday, the lows of 14,500 and closed at 15,000. So it made 500 points yesterday from the lows to the highs and closed near the highs. And today we are pushing 2% higher to 15,240 points. The same for ES future. Where's my chart here? ES, let's see this on a daily time frame. We are pushing 1% higher today above the 4,000 level and back above 9 EMA and 20 EMA level, above the previous highs from Friday. So this is a good and bullish sign. Parabolic is still indicating a negative trend here, as well as ADX. But yeah, the next target should be the previous high point here at 4,120 points. Let's see if we can reach it. Still 100 points to go to the upside. Back to Nasdaq. Nasdaq turning a little bit lower. Still struggling here for the breakout above 12,800, previous high from Friday. Let's just draw another line here for the high of Friday. But next target should be next high point here, as you can see. So more room to the upside as well for Nasdaq, especially because here Parabolic is showing an uptrend, ADX as well showing an uptrend on a daily time frame. FRC still above $15. I think we will have to wait for news here for FRC to maybe push back to 20 or higher. But it will stay a volatile stock here. I still have positions here in orange juice. I have a short position in orange juice. Let's see orange juice today. No change right now. And in sugar, unfortunately pulling higher today, about 2% higher. I'm still in a short position here, but it's looking better the previous days here. Let's see if we can stay below the previous high here, not making higher highs. Wheat is on my watch list here. So I try to go long here with a long call maybe, because implied volatility is low. And yeah, there's still some struggle with there's a wheat treaty between Russia and Ukraine in the Black Sea, and maybe they won't prolong this treaty, and therefore the price can still rally to the upside pretty fast. So it's on my watch list, and as soon as we see a break above the previous highs here, I will probably go long in wheat futures here. Let's see Tesla again. Tesla is back above the neckline here, trading at $189.30 right now. So this is an interesting level because I wanted to short at the 190. So we tested the 190 here. Let's see if it can hold because I want to set up a new short here for Tesla for maybe a gap close here, and if it's worsening, maybe trading lower. But there were good numbers for Tesla today because they sold a lot of cars in Europe, and they got finally an investment grade from S&P. They were still in junk bond area, but now they got a better rating from S&P today. So 20 minutes or 18 minutes left for news. Let's just go back to the news here. Today is Tuesday, and we want to see today existing home sales here. So previous number was 4 million and the forecast is 4.19 million. So a little higher number. And what the market wants to see is hitting the forecast or staying a little bit below, so that there is no risk of higher inflation and therefore no need for higher interest rates. This would be perfect. Let's see if we can come in line. Which stocks are you trading right now? Just write it in the live stream chat and we can talk about the charts. Credit Suisse today is also higher 2.6% because there's now a final termination how many UBS stocks they will get for every Credit Suisse stock. Where's the UBS chart here? Here. 7.6% higher for UBS. So they should stick together now. When UBS is trending higher, then also Credit Suisse should go higher because they will receive UBS shares in exchange for their Credit Suisse shares. Nasdaq. Yeah, you could have shorted the high point of Friday. As you can see here on a 5-minute time frame, it was a clear high point at the previous high from Friday. But I wouldn't short it right now. It's still bullish and we are still above the moving averages and above VWAP. And you see parabolic is positive and ADX is positive. It's a strong trend, so I wouldn't short against this here. Probably on the next attempt we will go higher. Depending on the news in 15 minutes, but maybe we'll already get higher before the news. So I wouldn't trade here against the trend. Just my opinion, like always, no investment advice, take your own decisions, please. But you can clearly see this was the high point from pre-market. It acted as a resistance. Then we went lower again and then retested, and finally we had the breakout here and then it pushed higher. So making higher highs and higher lows. It's a clear uptrend on a 15-minute time frame here. I would rather trade it to the long side and take a long trade here with a small position. I don't want to be in a position before Federal Reserve meeting tomorrow, so I have enough speculative positions here with First Republic and other stocks, so I don't want to trade Nasdaq on top. I don't know where your VWAP is sitting, Rishi, but mine is here, as you can see, right at 12,700 and 55. So we didn't touch VWAP here. On my chart, just the exponential moving averages. Ah, the band, okay. Yeah, I'm not showing the VWAP bands. I can show you here. This is the first standard deviation, the VWAP bands. So you see here the lower one, the upper one and the lower one. But I normally don't use them, therefore I just don't show them. I just trade the VWAP itself and the exponential moving averages. That's enough for me for my trading style. Back to a 5-minute time frame here. Still bullish. Do you have some interesting stocks on your watch list? Then let me know in the live stream chat. In the previous weeks we were talking about US dollar, Japanese yen, and here you can see that we barely reached my target here, my $138 area. The high point was $137.91, just below, and then turned lower again. But here you see yesterday and today we are trying to go higher a little bit, so it's not over. We can still retest this area here, but for now the US dollar was weaker and Japanese yen was getting stronger in the previous 3 weeks here. Wix making new lows, falling 7% today to 22.4. Let's see if we can drop below 20 again after the Federal Reserve meeting tomorrow. Then fear should be out of the market again. Euro USD still pushing, 0.5 percentage point higher today. .2% for crude oil right now. Ten minutes to the news. First Republic trading sideways. There were also interesting news from JP Morgan. They were investigating their nickel the nickel bags. And it was funny because in the storage they didn't find nickel, they find stones, bags of stones. How stupid can a bank be to deliver bags of stones instead of nickel? Just looking for these news. Where did I read it again? I think it was JP Morgan. Here. JP Morgan bought nickel that turned out to be stones. Too funny. Too funny. Real experts here. Yes, here's a nice picture. Bags of stones instead of nickel. 1.3 million. Yeah. Never forget to laugh in these times. Nine more minutes. It's like watching paint dry today. No real movements here, but still holding the exponential moving averages. See DWOG again. DWOG is trending lower. That's good. It's not a really liquid stock right now, so there's sometimes 15 to 20 cents bid-ask spread. It's not really funny to trade, but I wanted to take on this short trade because I really believed in this stock going down again. I entered at 14.05 yesterday, right before the closing. So I'm in the green, but you can see, as you can see, the stock is hopping 10 cents up and down because of the bid-ask spread. So when the bid is hit, then we go down, and when the ask is hit, then we go up again 15-20 cents. But my buyback limit is set, $12.31. So if we go lower, then I'm out. 7 minutes for the news. Come on. Still below 12,800 here. ES future. Here. About the same chart pattern here. Trading above moving averages, above parabolic dots, above VWAP. So also bullish for S&P 500. Like this. Same for Nasdaq here. Where would I seek another long for swing? So I wouldn't swing trade to the long side anymore because it's really risky. We are trading already high, and yeah, it's difficult to trade to the long side now. Of course, we can see this push back to 13,000 and above, but normally we will not go above on the first attempt. So therefore, I would wait to go back to the 13,000 level, wait for a rejection, and then trade the breakthrough. But maybe not for a longer swing trade, but just for 48 hours, 36 to 48 hours. Not longer, because it is risky to take on long trades here when my expectation is to the downside for the next in the next 1.5 or 2 months. So of course we can still rise, but that makes every short entry better, and therefore I will rather wait for my short entries than trade with a too big position to the long side. So just staying patient and wait for the right short entry to come, and not moving into a position too early. Just wait for confirmation. But I still believe in the price is rising for the next 4 to 6 weeks maybe. I don't think we will go back to 12,400. I think we will go higher right after the Federal Reserve meeting, depending on what Jerome Powell is saying, but of course he will try to calm the market and therefore maybe speak a little bit more dovish than hawkish, and this will bring the prices higher because everyone is believing in lower interest rates and partying at first, but then they will see in 1 or 2 months, okay, there is a reason why the interest rate levels are not set higher, because of a worsening recession, and this will bring down the prices again here. It just takes a little bit of time until everyone accepted it and sees it. Like I always saying, there's a second chance, so don't rush into a trade. Take your time. You will often get a second or even third chance to enter a trade. Trading above 12,800 right now. You believe in a 3 to 4 months, so I believe in June. So beginning or mid of June, we will trend lower, is my opinion. I can be completely wrong, of course, but I think there we should start to trend lower because the recession will begin in the second half of this year. July and crash August. Yeah, I don't know when this crash will happen, but for sure it will happen. And we have seen last year, August and September were really red months. Therefore, I wouldn't expect these to be super green this year. Okay, to the news. Let's see if they will have an impact today. Already trying to push higher here. 12,810. And new highs. Triggering some stop losses here. Right before the news. Pushing the shorties out. "45 seconds for the news. Let's go on a 1 minute time frame. Then we will see it a little bit better. Ten seconds. Boom. Pushing higher. Existing home sales 4.58 million. Oh, that's a lot higher than expected. 14.5% month over month growth. Whew. Okay, this should shift interest rate expectations of finally to 25 basis points. But the market doesn't want to sell off here, even if the news are hotter than expected. Let's see how soon we can see a shift in interest rate expectations, but we already had 82%, so it won't change a lot. Maybe we will get to 85 or 90% here. Still bullish, like we discussed previous here. I wouldn't short this. Always go with the trend, and you can see this candle of yesterday is a really nice doji candle. Almost nobody here, but a nice wick to the downside and closed right where we opened. So this is a nice candle for a reversal. So we went higher, made highs here on Friday, turned lower, made lows yesterday, and closed with this doji candle. And this is a typical candle for a next day push. So like you can see here on the previous Monday, last week Monday, we had this doji candle here. It's not a perfect doji because we have a little bit of a body here for the candle, but then you see Tuesday the big push here. So probably we will see the same today and close above the high of Friday. And then there was this strong hammer here on Wednesday, and we had another push on Thursday last week. So let's see how fast we can reach the 13,000 level. But for now, it's looking pretty bullish. Oh, FRC limit up, $16.67. That's nice. Ooh, DWAC also trading higher. Now above my entry level. Coming down. So we had a previous high point there. I think it was $15.29 on February 28th, and yesterday you can see $15.25. So almost reached the previous high point here yesterday, and then traded lower. But you can see the previous push here on February 2nd. We closed far below the day's high. And then on the next day we tried to trade higher, but finally closed lower. So this is what I want to see today. Maybe push back to 1450 and then close lower at about 1350 or 13. And finally go back to 12. This is just a pump and dump, a stock without any value here. It's one of these bugs. Trying to do a reverse merger acquisition. Ooh, turning back. Okay, we will look at it one more minute. If you have some final questions, let me know. And then I will close out this live stream and let you trade on your own. So for tomorrow, we will have FOMC interest rate decision. I will try to live stream this, so I hope I'm able to, because let's see in my calendar if I don't have any meeting tomorrow. It should be possible for me to live stream it when my kids are not too loud and are already in their beds. So I will try to live stream. It's 7 p.m. my time here. Federal Reserve interest rate decision, and of course the press conference tomorrow. So there will not be a live stream for the opening of the market, but here a midday stream. Yeah, I will try to live stream this for you and let you know if I'm able to. And now I wish you a nice trading Tuesday. Hope you can have some more profits, and we will see us tomorrow again. If you liked my stream, then please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't done so far, then please subscribe to my channel, and let's meet us tomorrow again. Goodbye.